Hi everybody, we're having a little bit of a problem with our water softener. I forgot to put salt in a couple of times. My wife, who is wonderful, reminded me that it does actually need salt in it to run. Put some more salt in there, even did a regeneration, but we're still having some foggy, mineral spotty dishes. Trying to figure out what's going on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test the water hardness. I have some of these test strips. Now these particular ones start off green. If it stays green, that means that the water is soft. If it changes color to yellow or orange, then we know that the water is hard.
A lot of science.
I'm first gonna check it with cold water. Looks like that hasn't changed or hasn't changed much. That is showing me that the cold water is soft. Let's try that with hot water. We can see right here, this is the one that I just ran hot water over, and this is the original. So that means that the hot water is hard. I also saved a little bit of water from the dishwasher, and immediately we see that changing color right there. It is hard water.
Huh, that's some hard water.
So this next part's a little bit confusing. Sometimes the kitchen faucet, hot and cold, or just the cold, is not softened. For our particular house, everything inside the house is set up to be softened. So the question is, what's going on?
What's going on?
The water softener is working. At some point between the water softener and the water heater, or at the water heater, we're getting hard water.
Water heater.
I think I know what's going on.
I think it's actually sediment built up in the water heater. This is something that actually should be done once every year, once every couple of years. I want to drain the water heater. Don't forget to turn off the water coming to the water heater. Turn that switch off right there. So this is the controller for the water heater. I want to go an extra step.
Safety is first.
Turn off the gas line going in, and then I'm going to hook up a hose to this. Now mine is plastic, so you got to be careful. A lot of these are going to be metal. When it's plastic, it's actually a little bit more brittle. You don't want to crack this. Get that nice and tight, and then I've got the other side over there to the drain, and I'm just going to open that up. You're also going to want to make sure that the upstairs faucet, hot water, is turned on. So up here is the pressure relief valve. Open this up while you're draining the water so that the water can come out easily. So we've actually got a gopher in the backyard.
A gopher!
Instead of just wasting and dumping all this hot water down the drain, I've been told by flooding out the gopher hole can actually encourage them to find a new place to live. So that's what I'm doing with this extra water. Shut off that upstairs faucet. Close off the drain line at the bottom of the water heater. And of course remove the hose. Open up the gas line again, switch on the water heater, open up the cold water line. The water heater has now been drained. It's the next day, so the water heater has had a chance to get the water back up to a nice hot temperature. I've got my two samples here of cold water and hot water. The reason for doing this is to make sure that the water heater is not still filled with a bunch of sediment, causing water coming out of the water heater to be hard. Got my test strips. Look at that. We see green on the test strips. What we're looking for is that these test strips to stay green. That indicates soft water. If they change color, then that means that it's hard water. They are pretty darn similar. I can accept that. What I would love to have happen is for anybody watching these videos to actually let me know about questions or things that they don't understand with their own house. I love working with first-time home buyers, new homeowners, or people who just have questions about how to maintain their house. Go ahead and click subscribe, share, keep coming back for more. I want to help you out and keep your house in maintained condition.